Okay, guys, we are live. It's Friday night, and we're going to have a lovely little chat with the boys. Are in the back three are in today. We're going to play a back three today. Keith at Ethan Ryan on Twitter and Ivan at Ivan Jennings on Twitter in the house to talk about, of course, the big game on Sunday at Anfield. It is Liverpool Spurs. But before that game, we're going to have a little quick chat, regurgitation, without spitting out West Ham. Have a little bite into the West Ham sandwich. It was Keith. I seen the game. I was actually in the Talca house watching it. And sitting there was screens everywhere. The City game on the big main screen, City Arsenal game, which was a great game. And then, of course, about 6 different tellies with all the Liverpool. It was fucking great. I was saying, just be great for a podcast. You like that with the fucking microphone, looking around where you're going. But did you see the West Ham game? Did you see the highlights? Did you see the game?
No, I saw the game. Saw the game. Watched the game at home. Watched the game.
What did you
think? What did I think? I thought it was a really good step on a kind of a road to recovery. Is almost how I felt. You know, there was a large slice of adversity. In that match, it could have particularly gone 1-0 down, to come back from 1-0 down. To be honest with you, to turn it around. I thought there were some really good patches. I thought there were some poor patches. I thought some of the demons that have haunted us all season came back to bite us in the arse. But the most important thing from my perspective is that it kept a run going, and we got out the win. And that was the really big takeaway from me, to be honest with you. Some pretty good individual performances. I thought Trent was phenomenal, and I thought Matip was phenomenal. So from that perspective, it was good. It was good to go there. It was good to go there midweek, go a goal down,
and come back,
and come back, right? And then after we went 2-1 up, we were somewhat relatively kind of close apart. You know, saw the game out quite well, apart from that potential penalty that was never a fucking penalty in the first place. But
it was too close to Thiago, wasn't it? Far too close.
No, he wins it. He actually wins the ball 3 times in the box. He wins it once, he wins it twice, and he wins it the third time. The third time he wins it, it just bounces off his arm. So listen, the rules are the rules, and it's not a fucking penalty no matter what we look at it. But from that perspective, I thought it was really, really good. And going forward, what we want to see is unbeaten wins till the end of the season to set ourselves up to start into next season. I think that's what we need. And whatever we fall at the end of 38 games, whether it's 6th or 5th. Don't think it's going to be 4th, lads. Sorry, but
yeah,
it looks relatively.
It's unlikely.
It's very unlikely, right? But if it's 5th and it's 6th, whatever else it is, and we have strung together a series of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins, whatever, you know, on the bounce to get ourselves into next season with reinforcements coming in, you know, it's a solid finish over the last 10 games.
Plus, it's the first win in that disco fucking 2000 Pulp Fiction bleeding jersey that we were wearing. Yeah. That horrible. I don't think we're ever going to wear it again. I think that was it. We've 2 away games, we've 4 home games, 2 away games, and they're going to wear the green, apparently, the 2 aways. I think that was the last chance to break the hoodoo, Ivan, and that bloody disco kit.
Yeah, it's funny. I bought the fucking jersey.
Sorry for you.
Yeah. I got Luis Diaz on the back of it. I really liked it, and it kind of it harks back to the early 90s. Myself and Keith would have had some kind of evenings, you know, sharing similar kind of attire. You know, maybe.
Well, just walking in like Casper the fucking ghost.
Places like that. But I like what Keith says there. The kind of road to recovery, and that's what it was. You know, it was a tough game. You know, they I think they just won, and they're a good side. You know, they're a good side, and we go 1 down.
I have to say, I was worried.
You know, it's not even a banana skin. They're just a good side. You know, so to win a 2-1, I was really happy. Loved Gapgo. I loved Trent. There's a couple of other things. I thought Curtis Jones over the last couple of games has just been absolutely superb. I'm not like amazing, but he's come in and he's just played really, really well. And I think, again, to the other point that Keith made and Klopp made as well, let's see where we land. I actually don't mind if we get Europa League. I genuinely don't, because I'm so confident about what I think we'll do in the summer that it'll just happen for us next year. I think Klopp being there next year, that's the number one thing. It's the number one thing, right?
3 years at least.
He's going to buy 3-4 players, whatever it is. you know, the stories around Bellingham I think are incredible. You know, Bellingham's going to stay at Dortmund.
Another one today.
He's going to stay at Dortmund, and he's going to sign for us next year. That's it.
That's what I think. I don't think
what's going to happen.
Go to a big club like
I've always said he's going to sign for us, right? And I genuinely, when you look at it, and you know, the hardcore Liverpool fans and the ones we need Bellingham and we need this, we need that, and we do, right? But we definitely need more than Bellingham. We need 5 or 6 players over a period of time.
Seems to be the one they're talking about now, don't they?
So wouldn't it be better? And it's hard. As a football fan, it's hard to take the long-term view, right? Because it's all about the next goal, the next game, the next cup, the next result, the end of season.
Yeah.
Let's calm the fucking jets for a second and go, let's get 2 or 3 players in. Let's solidify. Let's get back to what we are. And it might not be the same team or the same style as we did 2 or 3 years ago, but let's be consistent. Let's get into the top 4. And maybe Jude Bellingham comes in, and I like. It sounds like he's fucking Diego Maradona the way people are talking about him. Yeah. He's not, right? He's 20.
He's not the answer on his own. Put it out.
He's 19, right? The potential is amazing, right? Like, think of Ronaldo when Houllier was looking at him and he went to United. He was 17, right? And obviously he went on to be an amazing player. Bellingham has shown all the kind of assets to be an amazing player, but he hasn't done anything. So. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, no, right?
And I'm 100% on board with that. Like, if he comes, and absolutely fantastic. But there's matches happening week in, week out with Dortmund at the moment, and he's not as if he's been man of the match every match. There's other players standing out, you know, and stepping up. So it's not. I know, I'm sure he's kind of maybe a little bit distracted at the moment. He is only 19. I think he has the potential to be a generational talent, but it's potential.
Yeah,
there's no more than potential now at the moment.
It was always Jude Bellingham plus for me, lads. It wasn't just fucking Jude Bellingham. You know what I mean?
No. And when we talked about that, you know, that's, to me, that's the funny thing, right? Like, I think the last thing that we were on, Dave, I was just going, what the fuck? What has actually changed here? It could never have only been Bellingham. It couldn't have been, because it was 5 plus Bellingham. We're so off it. It's 5 plus Bellingham. So just going, we're not going to buy him.
No, I suppose the thing about it, though, when we're walking away from the tail end of last season, you know, missing out in the league by a point, dominating a Champions League final, you know, and missing out with a breakaway goal, and, you know, we have to hold our hand up and say, you know, that's one that we really let slip. Walking into this season, we're kind of going, we don't really need a huge amount. We don't need an awful lot. Now we're looking at it kind of going, we actually do, you know. Now, I think there's a couple of things that have happened that will change, I think, the way we think about and approach things. I think what Trent has done over the last couple of games, and I think we'll continue to experiment with it to the tail end of the season, may give us what we haven't had, which is, and he may step into that more of that Thiago role, which is an opportunity to create stuff from the middle of the park, okay? You know, and I think we need to move away from, you know, only creating our chances with our wing backs, to be honest with you, you know, or our full backs. I think we need to move away from that, because it's a busted flush now at this stage, and we have to change the way we play, which is absolutely fine. So that's kind of change, and that might curry favour. We still need 2 holding midfielders. There's no 2 ways about that. We need 2 combative midfielders. I'm going to get back onto your point about Curtis Jones now in a sec, Ivan, which is a point well made. You know, so I think we still need that. We need ball winners in the middle of the park, no matter what way no matter what way you look at it, you know, and we need that. So does that then say, right, if we get an opportunity then for Trent to step in and do that, do we actually need somebody coming in from a Bellingham perspective, or do we just need combative midfielders who are going to go and win the ball and cut out the chances going forward, and then maybe look to see how we might reinforce that and look at a right back situation? I think we need 100%. We need centre half. I think we need centre half competition for what we have there at the moment. I think Van Dijk is too comfortable, way too comfortable. And I think
I love how you're talking about it there, you know, because like Bellingham wouldn't be, he wouldn't fit into the Klopp team of 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
That's what I want to go back to. I want to have a chat about this. You're right.
Yeah. I think that's incredibly important, because I would love. Well, would I love it? I'd love to go back to. Can we just replace the 11 or 12 or 13 that we had? I love what he's done with Trent, right? And you put Trent in as a 6 beside somebody else, but you need a Calvin Ramsey. I don't like putting Trent in as a 6.
No,
but he also has to cover. That's not right. That doesn't sound right. Right.
Bradley at Bolton's doing well, and you've Calvin Ramsey.
But no, but we've
two
got
20-year-olds. I think we might need a right back.
But we've signed the fucking Scottish guy. Get him in and play him as a right foot.
Yeah,
exactly right.
He's
but
been injured the whole season.
But I think
season with significant injury, so you can't.
He's very.
But my point is to what Keith's saying is right. Bellingham, for me, Bellingham changes that style, right? I would love us to go back to the Klopp style of 2 or 3 years ago, where we have got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 functional players, a functional midfield. Seriously, I don't want class in midfield. We have got probably the most amazing front 5 or 6 you could ever imagine. Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, Nunez, Bobby, got Jota, right? That's perfect. For me, it's 4-2-5, whatever. I don't want a midfield. Get the ball up to the lads.
You need a breaker up there, don't you know? You need a breaker up. And Fabinho used to be the breaker up for us, but unfortunately, hasn't quite done it, has he? He's gone off the boil. Hendo's getting older. That's why your man McAllister's been touted with us. Someone like him or Casado.
McAllister makes so much sense to me over anybody because of his flexibility. He can play 6, he can play 8, he can fill in so many different roles. Very similar to how Gini used to play for us. And he's got the legs and he's young. Out of everybody who's mentioned, he makes most sense to me, to be honest with you, because of his, variety what he can do. I think we've moved on from that. I don't think Klopp is going to go back to saying we've got 3 solid midfielders, who are going to particularly hunt, break up play, limit the amount of possession you're going to get, limit the amount of head of football you're going to get, and we can still push on both wing backs. I think that's moved. I think it's moved away, and I don't see us going back to that. And if that's the case, and we have moved on from that, and we're looking to kind of say, and you look at how Trent has moved into midfield, Robbo, although both are still, contributing towards, assists, Robbo is very much more, he's more reserved, and he's only going when he really thinks he can go and get
I don't think he has Trent has this natural finesse on the ball. Do you know what I mean? Where you can actually, Robbo's a kind of hit it, boom, spins it across the box. Trent has this natural kind of ability just to spin it. He can hit it. He can hit it long. He can chip it. He can
everything went through him. Everything. I'd argue the point that too much went through Trent the weekend, because anytime either Fabinho got the ball or Henderson got the ball or the centre backs got the ball, their first option was, where's Trent? Where's fucking Trent? Where's fucking Trent?
He was the playmaker.
Right now, it's going to be very simple and very easy to man mark him out of the game if that's the case, and you don't spread out from that. So that's absolutely fine. Allow him to float and get on the ball and have 2 holding lads there, right? I think that's absolutely fine. And then you've got enough firepower up front to win games. And I think what's shown over the last couple of games is that we've enough firepower to score, 6 on occasion, 3, 2, 1. What we have to do is to fucking cut out the 2s against, the 3s against. If we can cut out the 2s and the 3s against, we're going to score 2 and 3 every single fucking match. There's more than one way to win a game of football. More than one way to game of football. And typically what it boils down to is that we're definitely going to score a City. We're definitely going to score 2. We're definitely going to score 3. On occasion, we score 4, 5, and 6. But we're going to limit you to maybe one against. And we're okay that if 1 goes in against, because we know we're going to go score 2 or 3. That's fine. What we have to fucking cut out from a start is that, you can score 2 or 3 if you get the fucking right ball down the channels against us. So that needs to cut out. So you cut out the amount of opportunity creating those kind of chances whereby we're up against a team which kind of going, what, we're not really playing through these at the moment. We're going to have to fucking throw a long ball into the fucking box and pick up seconds. So I think that's where we need to focus. That's where we need to look at, I'm okay with Trent stepping in. I actually don't see a huge amount of difference between what Trent can do and what Bellingham can do, if I'm being 100% honest now at the moment, where they're both at, But what we do need is we need legs. We need fucking legs in the middle of that park. We need legs in the middle of that park to say, you're not going to get fucking head of football in the middle of the park because there's going to be somebody up your hole, and they're the 2 most important things for me. I think we've got creativity. I think we've got creativity, and I think we've got opportunity to score goals. What we don't have at the moment is legs to limit the amount of opportunity other teams are going in the opposite direction. Yeah, and we'll be down there centre back as a result of that, by the way.
What do you guys make of this guy? Now, I love him, and I knew when we signed him that he was going to be brilliant. Gakpo, or Cody Gakpo. I mean, he's coming into his own. He's only a young lad.
Yeah, I think for me, I think
wow.
it's you question why we bought him at the time, because we were going for Tchouaméni and then suddenly we didn't get him and then we go for another striker. In fairness to him, forget about what we needed. He's come in and he's done fucking brilliantly, right? He genuinely has. You cannot fault him. His kind of link-up play, his false nine, his goals, superb. Whether we needed him or not, that's a different question. Him on his own, totally. Well done, buddy. Brilliant.
I was surprised we got him. I mean, he was good at the World Cup. He was one of the shining lights of the World Cup. United wanted him. I was sure United were getting him.
Yeah, but Dave, you have to kind of go back to like what did we need? We were going for a different.
We know we needed a midfielder, but I think we needed him as well. We needed to get him plus a fucking midfielder. Possibly, but like it's all kind of ifs and buts, You look at Tchouaméni. He'll turn out to be good. He'll turn out to be a diamond.
No, I'm not. Again, in isolation, he is a very good footballer, and he is going to do lots for us up front. He really, he's class on the ball. But bring it back to where we were, and you kind of go, why did you go for him and you didn't get him? And it just poses the question again about you were going for Tchouaméni, you didn't get him. Where's your number two? You didn't get a midfielder. You went from the striker. There's a disconnect somewhere around the strategy, right? There just is.
I think we got a really good opportunity to go for him. I think somebody just realised somewhere along the line that, this is the potential, and he's gone really cheap. We've got an opportunity.
He's available at this price, but in the summer, be double. Not a type of thing.
I'm gonna be 100% honest, and I've had so many pops off him over the last couple of weeks. Now I think the last couple of games he's been better. Yeah, no, I suppose what I was judging it on when I saw him coming in, I thought his touch was quite poor to begin with. That's just playing it back in, but I thought he was half pressing. I didn't think he was pressing enough, right? And maybe because he was put into that position, and maybe that's not his position. But I was like, he was pressing for the fucking crack. He wasn't fully pressing. And I was kind of going, you should be another 2 or 3 yards forward. You know where the ball is going, and you're just doing a token press. Now, that's me being used to what we have and have had over the past couple of years with a Bobby press, with a Mane press, with a Salah press, setting traps and doing all that kind of stuff. And that didn't happen overnight. So I probably just need to give myself a kick in the balls and say, shut the fuck up, Keith, and stop being so fucking harsh and allow the lad to settle in for a little bit. But that's the only thing for me was that I didn't see him pressing that much. I thought he was like, okay, when I'm on the ball, I'm on the ball. When I'm not on the ball, well, then I'll kind of do what you're asking me to do, but I'm not really doing what you're asking me to do. I'm kind of half-assing a little bit. But I think if you give him the ball in the right areas, he's got a goal in him. And what he has that we haven't had is he can fucking ping a ball. He can score a goal from outside the box, give him half a fucking chance. And we don't have enough of that when we play against a low block team. So if he gets the ball out of his feet, he'll have a pop and he will score goals. And we need that. And we absolutely need that. So what I will say is that I'm changing my initial impression and what he could give. And listen, he could be absolutely huge, and I'll hold my hands up and go, you're a fucking dickhead. But I would like to see a bit more intensity from him. From a press perspective, from closing off the right passing channels. Sometimes it's a little bit lackadaisical from my perspective. But I also saw somebody before he signed having the exact same argument, saying he doesn't really press, to be honest with you. So maybe that's a part of his game that just needs to be worked on.
Yeah, no, I think
last 2 to 3 games, can't argue with his output.
When you're scoring goals, like when you're scoring, I thought the United goal was fucking brilliant. He's a big boy. Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
I thought the United goal was superb. And but Keith's spot on there. He's not a presser, and that's where I was kind of going. That's a bit odd, But I think he's played well. He's done that kind of link-up kind of job as a kind of a false nine, and he's getting the assists. He's got a couple of goals. Let's see. That's not where we need to be worrying. We're fine up there.
As upper tier, Niall from the upper tier says, in fairness, Cody came into a tough situation. The whole team was absolutely shite at the time. Now with a full fit squad, better understanding, he looks a steal. And I've always said he looked a steal from the very first fucking day we sold him.
Yeah,
he has pedigree, coming from fucking.
He was captain of PSV and scored the World Cup. There's no taking that away from him. But if you're looking at Spurs,
in terms of how we approach, in terms of how we play,
we're going to switch out the Spurs game now in a minute, yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of how we, how we set up and how we attack and how we set up and how high up we are, it's absolutely imperative from the front right through into midfield that we have the legs to be able to squeeze and press and pop teams into making fucking mistakes and to not allow them head-up football, whether it's the centre half, the right full, the centre midfield, having head-up football where they can ping it down. Because we know if it's played down the channels, either side of our centre-backs, we're in all sorts of shite and have been all season. And the reason why we haven't been able to stop that all season is legs and pressing, right? And not being able to stop that. The seasons where we've gone really close, the seasons where we've won is all around. We played the same system. Everyone knows what we're playing. Our fullbacks are pushed on. Our centre halves are high up. But you know what? You're not going to be able to fucking breathe for a second to be able to get your head up and put us under pressure, right? And if that's the way we're going to play, that's what needs to be addressed.
Jack Charlton style midfield.
Well, that's what needs to be addressed. It's as simple as that.
So, boys, the weekend, 4:30 kickoff on a Sunday at Anfield. We 3 Anfield games in a row. So yeah. Spurs always give us a game. Spurs always give us a game. Now, when any team that has the likes of fucking Son and Kane on their team are dangerous, no matter how. And I don't know whether you've seen the game against United the other night. Mm-hmm. These two boys are dangerous. You know what I mean? I don't know whether you've seen the game, but the first half, they were fucking absolutely Spursy, shy, all over the place. United aren't fucking great. Could have been 3 or 4 up. They were 2-0 up. And then United fell apart second half. And to be honest, Spurs could have won the bloody game.
Mm-hmm. Should have won the game.
Could have won it, should have won it. You know what I mean?
I think we're going for another 8 or 9-1. These lads are shit.
What?
I don't know.
They're shit.
I take 2-1 right now.
Yeah. No, and I would too, but I think it's another one of those. It's like, for me, if there's an ideal time to be playing as a Liverpool team, it's Sunday at 4:30. That's it. We will batter them.
I'm hoping, Anfield will be rocking. It'd be a good game to be at, actually, a good footballing game, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But what would you do? Stick with the same team? I think
I would, yeah. And he has.
Comes in, I think.
But he's still. If Canada's fit, I'd bring him in, right? There was 1 or 2 things that Matip did at the back I was unsure of, right? But if Canada's fit, I'd stick with the same team. He's kept with them for the last 4 or 5 games. There's no need to change. And Nunes coming on, cool. There's something going on with Nunes. Diaz is pushing. But you just keep going. We've won. There's no need to change. Keep going. 6 games left. Keep going. Yeah.
So what do you think, Keith? Just keep it the same, keep rocking, maybe bring Kanate for his pace and his presence, the likes of Kane and Son?
Yeah, I think of all the games we kind of have left, I'd be more concerned about this one than anyone. Just in terms of back to front football, just in terms of how they play. I would be concerned about Son, and I would be concerned about Kane against their back line, to be honest with you. I have concerns about this one, to be honest with you. I think I would definitely go with this. I'd definitely go with Kanate, to be honest with you. I would definitely bring in Kanate. 100% bring in Kanate. And I think Diaz is worth a start now at this stage. He's absolutely worth a start. And I think we probably need to be front foot football and just go for the fucking jugular, to be honest with you, and go at them that way. But again, quick transition, losing the ball in the wrong areas, and fucking balls out to Son down the wings. I think we're, it's something we need to be concerned about.
Yeah, you're spot on there. The only worry that I have, I don't care who else plays. If he keeps going with Trent in as a 6, we need something more serious as a right full. And I think if your man was fit, or Milner maybe, I'd start with the 4 with Milner, and I'd actually push Trent in and play him as a 6 beside Fabinho. Just actually do it instead of having him kind of cover him back.
Or Jones?
No, with Trent, like having Trent start as a right full and then moving him in and then moving back. Just make the change now. Play a different back 4. Put Milner or Ramsey, whoever's fit there, as right full, and put Trent in as a 6.
Huh? No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. That was a quick one there. Jota's injured.
Didn't know that.
I thought it was only a slight strain. I thought he was all right, but maybe he still will be all right. It's on Sunday, but he's been good. He's been a little bit of fresh air. He could have a header as well. He was unlucky. But it's just, he's that type of poacher we've been missing, isn't he? He just does something different.
4 goals in 2 games, I think, yeah.
We've Luis Diaz waiting in the wings there, fucking chomping at the bit, you know what I mean? Is this where all the other weirdos hang out? There's Spider, and he's in fucking, do you know what he is? He's on the web, baby. Spider, he's always on the web. And he's in Tenerife, I think. Somewhere like that, on the web.
He's on the dark web, Tenerife.
Jota should be on the bench, says Henry. Well, hopefully he's fit. If he's fit, I don't mind him coming off the bench.
Listen, I think Spurs are going to sit in, to be honest with you, and they're going to look to counter attack. They're not going to come out and play football against us. They're 100% not going to do that, and they're going to look to spring, to be honest with you. So I think the first goal is going to be really important, to be honest with you. And I think if we can get a goal up and we can bring them out a little bit, but then I think we might have a field day. But likewise, if we come in and we've all the possession, 40, 50, 60, 70% possession, first 15, 20 minutes, and they get a breakaway with fucking Son, and he fucking scores a warrior ball outside the box, and I think it could be a long fucking afternoon for us, to be honest with you.
We've had a few heartaches. Remember the 2-2?
You know what? Over the last couple of weeks, we may have been looking a little bit better away from home than we have at home when you think about it, you know. So
our home record's very good. Our home record, we've only lost.
No, it is. But when you look over the last 4 or 5 games, you know, we've probably been doing maybe a little bit better in terms of opening teams out.
The Forest game, the 3-2 was a bit, as you say, too tight for fucking you'd want it to be. But yeah, look, our home form, I'd be confident enough at home against anybody, even in the position we're in, to be fair. Would you, Ivan? I think
totally.
12th man of the Anfield crowd. I would.
Totally.
I would.
Yeah, like if we lose on Sunday, like it's kind of been put on the plate to us, you know, just go and do it. Stupidly, I still think we can get top 4, and we might. We have to win these games, and we have to win these games at home. And Spurs at home, come on, for fuck's sake. Seriously, Newcastle fucking batter them. Yeah. We should be absolutely fucking battering them. They're so bad.
What's your scoreline? I'm gonna go 2-1. I don't care about scorelines, but just win the fucking game. That's all I want.
I go 3-0, but it could be anything, you know.
I know Keith's not mad about giving scorelines, but
Liverpool
win anyway.
9-0.
I don't think we're good enough at the moment to keep the scoreline down. I think Kane and Son, you know, they may get a chance and they can see them scoring. Like I can see a 4-2, 3-2 kind of job. Listen, don't get me wrong. I think we'll win it. I think we'll win it, but I think it's going to be hairy. I think it's going to be hairy for a while. I really do. You know. So I'm gonna go 4-2.
Put money on it. You heard it here first. PaddyPower.com. Get your 10 on 4-2. I'll go 2-1. I think they will score. It's going to be hard to keep a clean sheet against their forward line, and even their midfield's very attacking. But the more attacking there gives us probably more of a bloody chance as well. But we've got to be tight. We've got to start well and score first.
They literally could have scored. They literally could have scored 4 or 5 against United, didn't they?
I know. Not that United are acting something special, though. You know what I mean?
No, they're not. They're not, to be honest with you. Neither are Spurs. Listen, I think they're a horror show at the back, to be honest with you. But they still have enough firepower up front to give you a bit of a scare. And you know, the other night West Ham could have had 2 goals and then the penalty. You know, on another night. So there's no way in hell we're at kind of 100% close out territory at the moment. So, you know, we are coughing up chances week in, week out. And if
your glass is half empty.
No, it's kind of half full. As I said before, my glass is half full. We are on the road to redemption. I'm 100%, but I just don't think we're not there yet. And I think there could be a couple of speed bumps along the way. And if we don't mind ourselves on Sunday, you know, there's a bit of a speed bump there unless we look after ourselves. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, look, I'd be confident we'll get a result. I just think we're starting to get back into a bit of a groove. No, we're not anywhere near what we used to be, of course. It'll take a while to get back there, but I just think he picks the right team, start well. That Anfield crowd is a huge bonus, has been all season. Our former home's Champions League, our former away has been Championship. I know we've won the last, 2-3 away. We've been unbelievable away from home recently, but
yeah,
up to that, we haven't been really good away, but we're at least.
And the reason being is that teams probably think they have a bit of a chance against us and they're coming out to play a little bit more. And as a result of that, we've been able to pick them off. Whereas I fully expect Spurs to sit in at Anfield the weekend. I fully expect them to sit in and be very hard to break down, very hard to beat. and look to catch us on the counter-attack, and that has been our Achilles heel, be mindful. I don't think we're going to blow them away. I fucking hope I'm wrong, Ivan. I really do. I just think it could take it a little bit more than that.
Yeah, look, I just want to perform. I just want to win. And the performance is lovely plus a win. But to be honest, this stage of the season, it's all about winning games.
Yeah, I think performances are going to be once every 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we look at all season. We've had a performance against Bournemouth. We had a performance against United. We had a performance against Leeds. That's the way it's been. It's almost once every 10 games we're getting a really big of a performance, and then the rest has been a bit of a fucking shit show all around. That's where we're at the moment. Yeah. This is all about grinding. Get the fucking win. Get the 3 points.
Grinder.
You know what? The flair will come.
Grinder.
Grinder. I know you're back on Grinder. I know this,
Fuck's sake, lads. But look, hi guys, I will say this, just my opinion. Verge is getting older and he's not been the same after his injury. Be fucking right. We know that. I'd sell now and go for Gravidal. I do like your man Gravidal, but I don't think he's I don't know if we're in the market for a centre half.
Yeah. Like I forget about the business, right? Honestly, whether we sell him or not, there's going to be fucking heart. There's heart surgery going on here next year.
Oh yeah, it's not a dentist appointment. It's heart surgery, baby.
If we sell Virgil van Dijk for 100 million, or if he leaves on a free transfer, I don't actually care. That's how serious it is. It's fucking serious.
The midfield are going to wear Grinder on the jerseys next year. That's what we need, a Grinder midfield. Yeah. And up front, it's going to be Tinder, baby. Let's go. Imagine that in the jersey or on the corner here. Fuck's sake.
No, you need Grinder. You need Grinder in the back of the shorts. That's where you need that.
Fuck's sake. Better get off here.
Grind on one cheek and dirt on the other.
This is going downhill. Guys, I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday. I'm going to Kilkenny tomorrow, so that should be interesting. Let's hope I get back in one piece. Fucking Sunday for the match. But I'm going to go 2-1 to the Reds. Just turn up performance. Let's finish the season on some sort of a high. We've 3 games at Anfield. That has been legendary. Chat as usual. Keith, Ivan, legends continue. Stay safe. Enjoy your bank holiday weekend, by the way. Thank you very much. Liverpool.